The Independent National Electoral Commission, amid rising COVID-19 cases in the country, on Sunday set criteria that must be met by political parties before holding public rallies for the Edo and Ondo state governorship polls. The Commission's National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, in an interview with one of our correspondents in Abuja, said before holding any rally, political parties must give Inec a 7-day notice. The criteria it was gathered were aimed preventing the spread of COVID-19 at the rallies, while condemning a concert held by a hip-hop artist Aziz Fashola alias Naira Marley at the Jabi Lake Mall, Abuja on June 13th. The Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 on June 15 warned Nigerians to avoid rallies of any category. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control Director General Dr. Chikwe Iyekwazu said such gatherings could lead to further spike in COVID-19 cases. Okoye told The Punch that INEC had informed political parties that their guidelines for campaigns must conform with the NCDC protocols, including social distancing and use of face masks, warning against crowded rallies. The INEC commissioner said political parties are encouraged to develop appropriate guidelines for the conduct of rallies and campaigns, taking into consideration the guidelines and protocols developed by health authorities at the national and state levels. Where there are conflicts between political parties, guidelines on the conduct of rallies and campaigns, and those issued by the Commission shall draw the attention of the political parties to the discrepancies. He recalled that the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had on June 9 issued supplementary regulations and guidelines for rallies and campaigns by parties, aspirants, candidates and their supporters in line with the Commission's policy on conducting election in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. Okoye stated it is mandatory for political parties intending to hold rallies and campaigns to notify the Commission through the electoral officer at the local government level or the resident electoral commissioner at the state level. The notification, okay, the notification shall be by a notice transmitted electronically in hard copies giving details of the public rallies, meetings, processions or public gatherings not later than 7 days to the date of events. According to Okoye, campaigns by parties shall be based on their published manifestos and shall comply with the provisions of regulations issued by the Commission. He added that the campaigns should not violate the National Broadcasting Commission and public health regulations. The INEC commissioner stated all the registered political parties are aware of the global pandemic and how it has affected the way we live and organize, and we expect political parties to factor the health and safety of Nigerians into their guidelines for campaigns and rallies. We expect political parties to be creative, innovative, and dynamic in their rallies and campaigns. It is the responsibility of political parties to design campaign strategies in line with the regulations and protocols issued by health authorities. Adopt conventional social media for campaigns, INEC tells parties. We therefore expect candidates and political parties to utilize the conventional media, the social media and other creative means of information dissemination in their campaigns and rallies. Political parties should therefore find a balance between the orthodox means of rallies and campaigns and the new realities of face masks, social and physical distancing, and hand washing and hand sanitizers. He disclosed that the PTF had nominated one of its senior officials who would be part of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security chaired by the INEC chairman and the National Security Advisor. Okoye stated the nominated officer will sit in advisory capacity and advise the agency on health-related matters. Now, wow, this is really a long one and a tough one that they just have to adhere to. Meanwhile, as the submission of names of candidates for the Edo State governorship election ends on Monday, INEC has advised political parties participating in the September 19 poll not to wait till the last minute before submitting the list and particulars of their candidates. Okoye, who stated this in an interview with The Punch on Saturday night, advised parties to strictly comply with the conditions for the nomination candidates. He said INEC would not screen candidates for political parties. He said by our timetable and schedule of activities, all political parties must submit the list of candidates that emerged from validly conducted primaries before 6 p.m. on or before June 29, 2020. The nomination portal will shut down at 6 p.m. on June 29, 2020. All applicants all political parties that conducted valid primaries must apply for an access code to the nomination portal. The application must be signed by the national chairman and secretary of the political parties. This access code will be delivered by secure means to the national chairman of the party. Well, that's by the wayside, but the most important thing is this issue of this COVID-19, on how these political parties are going to manage themselves, because this is really, really critical. Because any little gathering like this, it gives room for the virus to spread so fast, and we don't even know why the whole thing is just the numbers are increasing. Of course, we know that a lot of things are not really adding up, that people do not believe. But we are not going to take the fact away that COVID-19 uh, is in existence, or is not in existence in the country. What I've always been saying is that everybody, you just have to take care of yourself, be responsible for your health, because if it happens, we are seeing big people who are dying here and there. If it happens, you are the one that will bear the burden. It is not all these guidelines, or it is not the government that will come to your rescue. We all just have to be alive, like they always say, that prevention is better than cure. It is better to 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 prevent all of those things than not be running at scatter. Those who have the money, the money could not even save them at this critical time. And I always say it, everybody immune system differs. Immune system differs from one person to another. What another person might be able to fight, your body might not be able to fight it, and you are saying, oh, na lie, all the guidelines, you say they should forget it. It does not work that way. And most importantly, most of the hospitals now, they don't even want to receive anybody, because any little thing, if you have a cut in your hand, if you go to hospital, it is COVID-19. They might not even want to attend to you. A lot of people have even lost their lives because nobody to even attend to them, because they are afraid. Because even the health workers too are afraid, because majority of them have contacted this disease through attending to patients. So we just have to be careful, because even if you are down with another sickness, for them to treat you, you know what you are going to go through. And everybody's afraid now. If I go to hospital now, the next thing they will tell me, oh, this is COVID-19. Oh, an injury, COVID-19. If you have headache, COVID-19. Even if you have, some people might even have a similar symptoms to that COVID-19. It might not be COVID-19. They will tell you it's COVID-19. So you just have to be responsible to yourself. All of those people who are always running after politicians, oh, nothing they happen, want to collect be struggling to get what they're always throwing at the people. You have to be careful. And the political parties, according to the guideline, you know that most of these things, they are just saying it, oh, it's always good, all these, they are whatever, is always good on paper, but ability to be able to do what, to put it into practice, is where the problem comes in. So that is why, an individual, you have to be responsible of your life. Some people will still not hear, they will still be they will find themselves in such gathering. That is why the political parties must be innovative according to what the guidelines being given to them. Look for a way to be able to see past information, sell yourself out, to avoid crowd and all of that, because I don't even know whether they are going to comply with it. The issue of a church opening now is a big thing now, that people are saying, oh, the church must be open, must be open. After all, markets are opening, this and that. If government are saying that the market that is open and people are not still complying in all of those guidelines, people are not still complying, then you expect them to go and open church. At least it's an opportunity for them not to even open church. because people are not complying. What is the guarantee that people will still comply? Because the same people who are going to the market, going to other places, who are not following the guidelines, they are the same people that will still come to church and do whatever they want to do. The government cannot be everywhere, or the inspectors or whosoever who are supposed to be monitoring, they cannot be everywhere at the same time. So the responsibility lies on individuals to take care of themselves, but they can't do more than that. So let's see how all these political parties, the kind of a creativity they are going to bring in during this their campaign, and let's see what will happen, even whether the people themselves are going to be responsible and do the needful. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comments below and let's have your take from this.